YouTube, what is going on? It has been an amazing weekend over the weekend of the 9th of October through to the 11th on Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War on the open beta on PS4. I've had a lot of fun playing it, trying out some new guns, new builds, and testing out the maps and different playstyles and what it is that I can do. Now, there's one gun that particularly stuck out to me during this beta. I know a lot of people for SMGs have spoken a lot about the AK-74U, and a lot of people have been using the MP5 as well, but I started using the Milano 821. That is the UZI equivalent in this game from Back to Modern Warfare, and the gun absolutely shreds. So today what I'm going to be showing you guys is a class guide build for the gun that I have to give you guys a head start when you're on the open beta next weekend, or when you're going to be playing the game on November the 13th and full release. Now, if you guys didn't already know, from October the 15th to the 16th, if you pre-ordered, no matter what platform or console you're on, you're going to be able to play the game on Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. And whether you've pre-ordered or not, from the Saturday to the Sunday on all platforms, it's going to be open for everybody. That's next weekend, okay? And then November the 13th, the full game is released and everybody can get involved. So with the UZI, aka the Milano, I've really been enjoying this gun. It's very strong. The time to kill is solid on it. It doesn't have much recoil, and when you put the attachments on it, it works out really nicely. I've got a bunch of clips which we're going to be running through as well, and I'm also going to be showing you guys what the best build is that I've found so far. Just before we get into it, if you do enjoy today's video, don't forget to hit that sub button. Any likes, comments, shares, hit that noti button as well if you do enjoy today's video, and any positive or constructive criticism really helps for me to improve and work on which direction it is that I want to be moving on to the channel. Let's roll into today's video. So now that we're into the class guide, you can see here it looks very similar to kind of Modern Warfare screen where you see the gun, it's got the gunsmith and everything like that. We're obviously not going to be speaking too much today about how the gunsmith works and whatnot. I'm assuming that you guys have got some sort of learning and understanding of it. So obviously once you go into it, you're going to get your attachments and whatnot. Once again, kind of similar to Modern Warfare, but I feel like it's a bit more customization on what you can do and what you can add. We're going to be speaking about the gun, then we're going to explain to you why it is that I use the M4 as the secondary, and then we're going to talk about the tacticals, perks, and the wild card that we run on this as well. So beginning with the UZI, aka the Milano, there is no camos or any of that kind of stuff yet, so we're just using the basic gun, no like blueprints or anything like that. None of that's been released yet. So in terms of an optic for an UZI, unlike the UZI from Modern Warfare, I actually really like the iron sight on this gun, so I've gone without an optic, and I'm also not using a muzzle. Now if you do want to go down the muzzle route, you could think about going down with something like Infantry Compensator if you feel like the gun moves around too much vertically, or the original muzzle brake is also pretty good as well for that 5% without losing anything from that. But I personally have gone down this build where I'm using the 9.5 takedown barrel. There are other choices in here. The 10.5 Ranger is okay for the cons that you're getting for losing movement speed, and again, movement speed and sprinting movement speed, I don't think it's worth it. Now the 9.5 takedown, you're only losing 5%, but you're actually gaining 25% effective damage range. All right, that gives you a lot of extra range to work with on the gun just for losing a little bit of sprinting movement speed. Now if you're running around with a pistol, or if you're running around with like a knife as a secondary, you can pretty much make up for that movement speed anyway. Unless you're like playing search where you have to get to a certain point ASAP, then I would 100% recommend to go with this barrel. It's the most strongest one that I've used so far. So the 9.5 takedown is great and gives you that extra range that you need for the gun. I don't actually use any bodies on here right now, but if you want to go down a laser sight or a steady aim laser, that's also can be recommended if you hip fire a lot. Now I would like to also say, whilst using and experimenting with the game, I found hip firing very difficult unless you run one of these lasers. It's hard to predict where your bullets are going to go. It's not like Modern Warfare where it feels like if you're within a particular radius you can hit every single shot. It's a lot different to that. So if you're thinking about hip firing a lot, one of these lasers may be good as well to equip. Now with the underbarrel, I began with the foregrip, which gave me 15% horizontal recoil, and I pretty much stuck with that all the way up until I picked up the field agent. Now with the red cell, the stuff that you lose from what you're gaining is not worth it. So for the field agent, you are losing 10% shooting movement speed, but getting all the recoil control that you need. The gun, I would say, struggles a little bit in terms of recoil when you first start using it, or once you start unlocking more stuff. And if you don't mind losing a bit of like shooting movement speed, so I believe what that is the time it takes from you to run to be able to then hit fire the gun, which I'm not going to be hit firing that much anyway. So to gain an extra 6% vertical and 20% horizontal recoil keeps the gun really steady at long, mid, and even short range engagements. Okay, so the field agent grip is the best one that I've worked with so far, and I love it, and it also helps with that extra range that we're working with as well. For the magazine, we're running the 45 round speed mag. I've tested most of these. I wasn't too keen on the 55 round drum. Losing 15% aim and speed wasn't really something that I wanted for the stats that I was getting. I think you need the 55. I think 45 is more than enough. And then the Vandal speed loader is one that I haven't actually tested yet, but we'll be trying this one in the future. Fast mags are okay if you're happy with the mags that you've got, if you want just that reload speed, or you can go with the 45 round drum unless you want the reload speed that you get from this. Now with this one, you obviously don't get as much reload speed. With this one, you do get it, but you lose a little bit of aiming speed. Now I personally think that's worth it for 10% for the reload speed that you're getting and the extra mags that you're getting as well. So 45 round speed mag is my choice for this one. Handle, we're running the Warden tight grip, which gives you the aiming speed, and it's giving you the aiming flinch stability when people are shooting shooting at you at the same time. Or 80% is a big stat and a big deal. And apart from that one, the only one that I would really recommend going with is either the Task Force for the aiming speed or the Quick Draw as well for 10% if you don't want to lose anything. But I tried the Warden tight grip and I love it for 5% sprint out, not that much of a difference. And then finally for the stock, we tested out a couple of different stocks. You can go with the marathon stock if you want to, that's the latest one or the last one you can unlock. Duster stock got nerfed apparently, and the slide speed isn't as strong as what it was before, because before you would just zip across. 30% is a big deal on that one. Tactical stock also works okay, but with Commando, you're losing a little bit of hip fire. Actually, again, we're not building for hip fire in this build. We're going with shooting movement speed and we're going with aiming movement speed here, and these give great stats to that. All right, and now what we use to allow myself to have the M4 as a secondary gun is the Lawbreaker wildcard. Now, this gives you any weapon class in either slot and allows you to have multiple perks from one category. Now, this is really important for this build. So it's pretty much got a built-in perk that allows you to use as, you know, 2 primary guns for your secondary and primary as well. So let's say you're on a map like Satellite and, you know, you can't get through flanking routes or you're struggling as an SMG. You can always pull out the AR for the in-betweeny fights or the fights where you need a bit more range. It's absolutely amazing for that. And the M4 comes in clutch when I need them really long range engagements against other AR or sniper players. Going off that perk as well, what we said about equipping multiple perks, you'll see in the perk section, for perk 2, Tracker is pretty good, but in perk 3, both Gung Ho and Ghost are really effective for aggressive SMG players. Now with Gung Ho, you're firing a weapon and using equipment while sprinting, so you can cook a grenade while sprinting at the same time. Movement at full speed when reloading, switch your weapons faster, take less damage while falling, but you fire more accurately while sliding. This right here is the aggressive SMG player's heaven. You pretty much need it. Ghost is also really good to have as well against spy playing, you know, players, which I'm sure most people will use. And then finally, we've got Paranoia, which is a built-in high alert and lets me know when people are aiming into me, whatever direction it's come from, I know that it's coming. So that helps a lot as well. And then finally, we're running stim shots. You guys know what stims are. Stims work out the same way in this game as to what they do in BO4. Instant stim, and then you don't actually have like, you know, 1 or 2 stims. You have unlimited amount of stims, but you have to wait a little bit of time before you can use each shot of stim. All right, we have frags on. You can use frag with C4s. I personally prefer frag grenades. And then finally, trophy systems. Now, with stuff that I haven't unlocked, unfortunately, in the beta for the first weekend, we were capped at level 25, so I wasn't able to, you know, experiment with stuff like Semtex or decoys or anything like that, including the extra perks as well. But so this is, you know, we were a bit limited on what we could work with, but this is what I came up with, and this is the best build that I've got so far if you guys need build for the beta coming up next weekend. So this is the full build for the Milano. I'm going to show you guys some clips of some of my best plays with a gun. I hope you guys enjoy it. Snow cone, bro. Coming out of here now. Mate, great. Had a really good night, bro. Went out with friends, bro. Chat, as an FYI, I'm going to be using this gun most of the day. I am creating a video on this gun on YouTube. So as you can see, I'm trying to make the best play with it and unlock the best stuff for it I can as well. Fucking hell, I thought he was dead. I stopped shooting. In here, real Mr. Swiftly, follow. Oh my god, what have I just done there? Jay, that was for you, bro. No way did I should have got any of those kills. Slurt drop instead? No, you can't handle this heat, Sian. Our names. There'll be no singing involved at all, bro. Same chat. Let's go, boys. That's exactly what I want to do. Oh, let's go, baby. It's so good. Especially if you... Well, no suppress on it, chat. Let me tell you. I am insane, chat. Let's fucking go, bro. Really supportive. Mods, can we get just one of you mods? Really in a good mood right now. Since the internet fucking crashed. promise you guys, stick by me, man. Oh, let's go. It looks a lot cleaner. Let's go, bro. Like, you know what? I actually really like the colours. I feel like it's a lot more clear. In my opinion. To get good at this game than what it is on Modern Warfare. And I think some people won't like that. Great game, more of a challenge. Which is all game release for doing that. I've never been much of a sniper anyway, to be honest, but... See how they like get picked up in fucking spawns. Let's go, baby! Stally is a frying machine today, chat. Streaming every single day right now whilst the beta's on at least. What a nay kill, Stally. Let's go. Let's make some up merch in the chat. Check it out. Oh my god, I'm actually on a fucking dirty flank here. Let's go. I'm a hell of a lot, man. Like back in the day, that... He gets one chance to guess her name. Alright, quad, go. Hit us. Oh. Oh. Didn't save my life.